hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with the reading for Taurus, a live reading for Taurus. This is the new moon reading in Pisces that's going to occur next week, the 6th of March. So we have the days before and the days after. I'd like to get them out a little bit. I have a different setup here, and I'm going to start by, as we say, start by putting out a picture postcard from my collection of fine arts cards, and then use the Impressionist Tarot. All right, shall we begin? And this is crystal quartz, labradorite, and jasper. The crystal quartz will stand for matters of the heart and romance. The labradorite will be family and friends, and the jasper will be matters of finance, economics, not economics, I don't know if I can go that far, but finance, career, money matters, things like that. Let's see. All right, and I'll show you these as we go by. Let me put out our focused card. Our focus card is this painting by Theodore Robinson. It's at the piano, the end of the 18th. Well, it's 1888, 87. And so I'm going to put 3 cards, and then I have my Sibilla cards should I need them. 3 cards for each domain. All right, so the romance, and I'll show you those before I read, so we will remember those. And then one more run, one more. And then the last 1, 2, 3. Okay, now, as I said, there was this focus card at the piano, all right? And then we have the romance, the emotional side to the reading. And the first card is the temperance card. It's always typical when there's a person there who's passing water, putting water from one container to the next. And then we have here the 9 of Cups. This also came out in the Aries reading. How lovely is that? And then we have the 5 of Wands. Again, it also has come out with the, one area of the reading. Look, Taurus, I have to say that with respect to the last full moon reading, what I'm seeing here is that there is an exercise in discipline. There's an exercise in discipline of how you manage your expectations. Excuse me while I do this. It's very warm. I don't want to get my throat. There's an exercise in self-discipline. And what's interesting for me to see is that it pays off. It pays off very, very well. Because not only are you able to become, Taurus, use more self-fire, laugh at yourself a little bit more, but also it helps you attract. Your power of attraction becomes far greater in this new moon period, which is in Pisces, and you want to take a look. This is for Taurus, moon, sun, and rising, this reading. But you want to see where the Pisces, where you have Pisces in your chart, to get an idea of how this will better affect you. And take a look at some of the astrologers online that will give you more clarity on astrological matters. But I'm seeing here, in terms of matters of the heart, you have not only the attraction of those around you, and that special person really does have you. You feel like as if they're respecting you more, as if they're looking up to you more, as if they're, you have another gear in your engine. Your engine is more powerful in relation to how you attract in this period. And even though this is supposed to be matters of the heart, I'm seeing here really, Taurus, that you've got drive, you've got gumption, you've got power, you've got all of the qualities that make a leader. And even if you don't strive for that, even if you don't want that, but what I'm saying is that you just go around your merry way and you look, you're looking down your road. It's Pied Piper that people just come and follow you. Very interesting. This is Taurus. It's really, really a pole of attraction. I want to go look. I want to run after you. Do you know myself? Now we talk about the family, the domain of the family and friends. And in the domain of the family and friends, these are the cards I get. Remember, this is the Impressionist Tarot, so these are all works of art as well. I have here the Ten of Wands, then the Hermit card, and then the Seven of Cups. How cute is this? How cute is this? Many of you Taurus friends will be traveling, okay, maybe before the moon. Maybe this weekend you'll be going away. And when you do go away, you're going to feel that it's time for you to focus very much on something that you may have failed at in the past, or that you just let slip your fingers, you weren't able to grasp. And I'll give you an example. Let's say that we're talking about your family and close friends. All right. So let's say that you're a friend of yours, a close friend in the past, a friend from way back when, but you've lost sight of, because as life brings us, you pair off with a partner perhaps, and you go your merry way, move away, and you see each other very little. In this case, you see this person. It's an example. All right. You see this person and they say to you, oh, listen, Kim, how would you like, I've been training this volleyball team, and I know that you've always been such a good volleyball player. If you have some extra time, would you give me a hand? And you just couldn't find the time. This was in the past, and you couldn't find the time to do that. And because you had wanted to initially have that as a hobby, but now the opportunity is coming out again, and you feel like you need to capitalize. I'm going to use that word, to capitalize on what friends can offer you and what you can offer your friends. What's interesting is that you still leave yourself open in terms of exactly what you can bring to the table. And at the same time, you're very well aware of where you stand currently, who you are in relation to the past and to the future, and where you would like to go. It's a moment of renewed, highly refined self-confidence that is really needed, Taurus, for you, especially in this period. And you're finding the moment and you're capitalizing on the people that know you and who you know, and they know of you, they know how you work. Don't let any kind of opportunity slip by if it's offered you this period through family members or friends. You will find that people will come looking for you in this period. Next week, they'll be looking for you, and they'll say, well, how are things? How's work? How are things? Well, you don't have any, do you have a little bit of time to do this or that? Look, it's an interesting project. There's no money in it, but, so don't let that by, because let it go by, because sometimes things that don't yield any kind of economic value or anything in return usually are things that bring us such satisfaction we can't imagine. Now let's go to the profession, work, career area. And what I have here is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. I've got the Seven of Wands. Hi there. Buongiorno to you. Then I have, well, how do you like this? We've got the Star. This is Van Gogh, the star. Look, I have to say, many of you, I remember over the last year, I remember during the last year, there was a job change. There was, especially this time last year, I remember actually, that there was a job change for many of you. And so a year has passed. And what I'm seeing now is that you will be within, even no matter what kind of work it is, if you're in an office, if you have your own business, if you work in a municipality, if you have a state job, if you have, where there's these large infrastructures, large administrations where, you become so small. What I see is that what's going to happen is someone is going to make you an offer. It may be small like this, or it may be large like that. And it could be as small as this. Look, I see that your coworkers really look up to you. You have a good relationship with them. Would you consider putting in a few hours of the day in terms of trying to create a team? Give me some input as to how that could happen. Maybe we could go to lunch once a week. Maybe we could stay after work and have a couple of beers together. Maybe we can, just to coalesce, I could use your input, and maybe that then would develop into a proper position for you as a supervisor in the future, or consultant, or something of this kind. This is going to be, it's similar to what we just saw for the family and friends. There's sort of going to be some kind of an offer. This is more in tune with making money and more in tune with having that time being paid, actually. But it may be a very small jump, or maybe even a problematic because you have to put in extra hours. But in the long run, it would be worth your while. Then we see here that in the area of work, there's also, how can I say, you're not exactly sure. On the one hand, you aren't, and then on the other, you are exactly sure about how to proceed in the position that you are. So when this offer comes, you're not exactly sure whether that will take you where you want to go. And you give it a thought, you turn it around, and you turn it around. And you will find that in this new moon period, the idea will come to you, the responses will come to you. And you will accept it, you will take it on, you will risk your time and want to do that. I'm going to take 3 Sibilla cards on this focus at the piano work of art. And it does focus on work, actually. It does talk about work. This is the artista, the artist. So, we're talking about art here, artwork. This is the mercante, the merchant. And this is the giovane fanciulla, the young lady who is a version of the deck and who speaks to something new. And I have to say that the focus is something new will be offered for you on the job. It seems that that is the resounding basic message of this period, the new moon period, which is the entire week from now until we could say the following week. I do hope this was of help to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends, do like, share my videos, and subscribe to this channel, this wonderful channel. I would appreciate that. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. Till we read together again.